Om Shri Sairam. Pranams to Pujya Guruji Shri NV Raghavacharya Garu. Pranams to Guruji Dr. NVRA Raja Garu. Good evening, one and all. On behalf of JKR YSAM Research Scholars Association, I welcome Dr. NVRA Raja, our chairman, who has always been a source of strength and inspiration to all of us. My warm welcome to Dr. BVK Shastri, Chancellor of Yoga Sanskritam University, Florida, USA. I welcome Dr. Kashyap Prabhakar Garu, Chief Executive Officer, Yoga Sanskritam University. My warm welcome to today's eminent speakers, Professor V. Muralidhar Patnaik Garu and Professor R. Katyayani Devi. My heartiest welcome to each and everyone watching this program. JYSA stands for JKR YSAM Research Scholars Association. JKR Astro Research Foundation started in the year 2011 and is teaching astrology free of cost to everyone. And this, in collaboration with the Yoga Sanskritam University, Florida, USA, is offering MA and PhD programs in astrology. We are proud to announce that so far 60 students are awarded PhD degrees and 80 students have registered for the batches 1820, 1921, 2022. The number for registering to do PhD is growing year by year. We are extremely happy to announce that JYSA's first e-seminar on the theme self-management was a grand success, and we received overwhelming response and requests to conduct many such events which will be helpful for the society. Therefore, we planned to conduct monthly meetings on every fourth Saturday, as JYSA is created exclusively to project each and every research scholar and the research done by them. And for today, we have two presentations from the first batch students, that is 14-16, and they will be sharing their wonderful research points with all of us. I ensure that this Astro session is going to be useful to all of us. With the blessings of Dr. NVRA Raja, now we shall start the session.
Good luck. Best wishes to Dr. Patnaik Garu and
thank you, sir.
Dr.
Thank you very
Katyayani
much.
Madam. And let your talk will be of wonderful, let your message give a wonderful message to each and everyone. This is JYSA and Yoga Sanskritam University.
Thank you, sir.
The scholars, they are all PhD scholars of Yoga Sanskritam University, and this is the first time monthly session we are starting. And let you and Dr. Katyayani Madam to talk.
Yes,
Start
sir.
with the flying color, and many
Yes,
more students to join and listen. Good luck. Start, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Best wishes.
Thank you, sir.
Jai Mina.
Thank you.
Jai Mina.
Yeah,
So
madam.
today's first presentation is by Professor V. Muralidhar Patnaik. He did his LLB, MA Psychology and Philosophy, MA Astrology, PG Diploma in Medical Astrology, PhD in Medical Astrology. He joined as a faculty in 2017 and the YSAM University rewarded with the guide and professorship. A leading advocate at the Hyderabad and Vijayawada High Courts, Dr. Patnaik has a passion for astrology. An accomplished teacher, Dr. Patnaik is an accredited research guide guiding several scholars on their research projects. He is an expert in NPL system and a very strong advocate of stellar astrology. Inviting Professor V. Muralidhar Patnaik to present his
Thank you, Aima Garu. Pranams to Guruji NV Raghavacharya Garu. Pranams to Guruji, my mentor, Dr. Professor NVRA Raja sir. And my pranams to respects to my faculty members and my respects to all the Astro scholars of JKR NAADI system. Today, my topic is a study based on interlinking of Kalansar Lord, Nakshatra Prastha and Nakshatra aspects in medical astrology. So, before there are 4 books in Meenatu Nadi system. One, Practical Stellar Astrology, written by Guruji NV Raghavacharya Garu, and Eva and Sarira Stellar Effects, and Kalamsa Gunas and Nakshatra Prasna. It's 3 books written by Dr. NVRA Raja sir. These 4 books are 4 pillars of Meenatu Nadi system. If you master these 4 books, you can give instant accurate prediction. And you can take the support of 3 other books written by Dr. Sachasri Nakshatra Digbala, by Dr. Haima Reflection Theory, and Dr. Vijayalakshmi Garu Gunas. These books are the basis for my research. And before going into the analysis of the chart, let me briefly speak about what is Kalamsa and what is Nakshatra. We have 2 words. Kalamsa is the division of Nakshatra into 9 parts, basing on the Vimshottari Dasha. We have 27 stars dividing into 9 parts. That is 27 into 9. It comes to 243. And adding 6 Bhinna Kalamsas of Rahu and Moon arrived due to division of sun stars and Jupiter stars. We have 6 more, total 249 subdivisions. They are called Kalamsa lots. So entire zodiac 360 degrees is divided into 249 Kalamsa lots. So this is the micro level division of the zodiac, which gives accurate prediction and analysis of even twins will be very easy for this. So next, coming to Nakshatra Prashna. In any Prashna chart, there is only one moon. But in Nakshatra Prashna, there are 2 moons, one macro moon and one micro moon. The macro moon is called day rising moon, and the micro moon is called horary rising moon. In this Nakshatra Prashna, this moon's nakshatra is divided into 27 stars, 27 parts. By like that, we get 27 horary rising moons. So the division of the day star into 27 subdivisions, we call them as horary rising moons. So we have a horary rising moon and one day rising moon. With these 2 moons, one macro and micro, we give instant predictions. And we take the HRM Lord, position of the HRM Lord, we fix the Lagna, and by that we get into Deva and Sarira like this. So this is basically what is Nakshatra Prashna. So I go for analysis of this chart basing on Kalamsa and Nakshatra chart. So now we go to the chart. Here the native is a male born on 16th December 1952 at 9:15 hours, Parvatipuram. Lagna is Karkataka and Lagna Lord Moon is in debilitation in Scorpio along with Mercury. For medical astrology, we have to take into account 1, 6, 8, and 12 houses. And in addition, we have to analyze and verify Maraka Sthanas and Badaka Sthanas also. Here, we have 2 tables here to ascertain the strength of each house and especially the houses which we want to analyze now. We go to first table. There we will have the analysis of the chart, fixing of Jiva, Sarira, and Digbala, Utmantakana, Gunas, etc. And the third table, we will have the second table, we will have the concept of Kalamsa, and each bhava is given in a detailed manner. What is the sign lord, what is star lord, what is the columns are lot. First 3 rows confined to the sign lord, star lord, and columns are lot of each bhava. In this table 2, each bhava will have a detailed analysis of its sign lord, star lord, and columns are lot. And last 4 rows will confine to the columns are lot. That is Deva Sarira of columns are lot, the Digbala arrived by the columns a lot, and gunas of the columns a lot. Here in this chart, if you observe, the columns a lot of all bhavas are majorly Rahu. Rahu is the columns a lot of first house, fourth house, fifth house, sixth house, ninth house, 10th house, 11th house, and Venus is the columns of second, third houses, and Ketu is the columns of 7th and 8th houses. So, 3 planets, Rahu, Venus, and Ketu. These are the columns or lords of the 12 bhavas, which are very prominent to give results with respect to the concerned bhavas. They decide the timing of events. And the columns or lords, Jiva Sarira, for all the bhavas, for Rahu Kalamsa, for Venus Kalamsa, or Ketu's Kalamsa, all the Jiva and Sarira are Mercury and Saturn. So, Mercury and Saturn play major role in this native chart. And the 2 planets, Mercury and Saturn, together with Rahu, the Kalamsa Lord, and Venus, these and Ketu, these are the strong planets to deliver the results of the bhavas concerned during their DBA or when they transit in the DBA of the planets. Major gunas attended by these kalas are major tribular gunas. Major Rajasi gunas are there. So it indicates that this has helped the native to sustain the problems of life because Mercury is the lord of 3 and 12 and Rahu is posited in 7th in Marakasthana. So the native suffered since birth due to sinusitis, cold, problems in teeth, and like that, headache, migraine, all these problems he suffered right from the birth because he was born in Mercury star, 5 years balance. Next comes Ketu star, 7 years, and next comes Venus, 20 years. Up to right from birth to Venus Dasha, he was suffering some problem and he faced a lot of problems. So, to now we are speaking about health condition of the native. So, to speak about health and medical aspects, we have to see 1, 6, 8, and 12 houses for analyzing the health or accidents or medical problems. In addition, we have to see Marka and Padaka sthanas if you think of death or serious problems of health. So, here, Lagna Kalamsa Lord should be connected to 6th house in any manner to identify the disease. So, here, we'll go one step by step from Lagna and 6th house and 8th house and then 12th house. So, here, Lagna Pada is in the star of Aslesha Mercury. And Lagnadipati moon is also in the star of Mercury. The Kalansa lord of Lagnapada is Rahu. Similarly, the Kalansa of moon is also Rahu. So, let us take the Kalamsa Lord Rahu as the key planet. So Rahu is the key planet in this native chart. This Kalamsa Lord Rahu is in the star of moon, which is debilitated, and in conjunction with the Mercury, Mercury got Digbala. So Mercury is naturally the power of moon and it becomes the Jiva. So for the Kalansa Lord of Rahu, Mercury is the Jiva. Mercury is in the star of Saturn. So Saturn will become the Sarira. So Mercury and Saturn are the Jiva and Sarira of Rahu. The Kalansa Lord Rahu is in the star of Shravanam 4th. That's getting undesirable gunas of triple R. So Rahu is not getting good gunas. Moreover, Rahu got Digbala. So Rahu is strong with negative gunas.
Patnagar, 1 minute. We are very pleased to announce Yoga Samskritam University's Chancellor Dr. D.V.K. Sastri sir also joined to listening your talk. And also Dr.
Namaste, Sastri.
Kashyap Prabhakar, Chief Executive Officer of Yoga Samskritam University also joined. The both are joined for this Zoom meet, and they are viewing your and they are going to bless you also. Go ahead, sir, with the talk. I would like to just inform and tell our Chancellor sir is also viewing your talk, and also our Kashyap Prabhakar also viewing the talk. Okay? Thank you very much, sir. Thanks for your presence, sir.
The Kalansa Lord Rahu is in the star of Shravanam, thus getting undesirable gunas of Tribhugar. So, moreover, Rahu got Digbala. So, strong Rahu with undesirable gunas is not favorable to this Lagna. And this Rahu is hammered between exalted Mars Karaka for blood, accidents, surgery, etc. and Madhukadapati Venus, which indicates serious problems regarding health to this native. So, Rahu may not give good results during its Dasa Bhukti Antara. Moreover, Rahu is controlling major houses in this native's chart as Kalansa Lord. And moreover, Ketu is posited in Lagna, it is adding oil to fire. So, this native is susceptible to serious diseases and health problems. Just coming to 6th house. The 6th house Lord is Jupiter. 6th house indicates disease. Jupiter is in the star of Venus and in the columns of Rahu. Again, Rahu is the key planet as Kalansa Lord. We have already discussed about what Rahu's Jiva and Sarira, that Mercury and Saturn are the Jiva and Sarira of Kalansa Lord of 6th house, Rahu. So, the planet, tamasic planet Rahu getting Rajasic gunas, which is not desirable. So, Rahu is, moreover, Rahu is getting Digbala in 7th house. So, Rahu is a strong signifier of 7th house, which is Maraka house for this native. So, Rahu gives unfavorable results as the Kalansa of 6th house. And moreover, it is connected to Lagna as Sublord, a Kalansa Lord. So, definitely, Rahu period is very vulnerable to this native. So, next, Rahu and Jupiter star Lord Venus, they are in conjunction, they give the results of the 6th Lord Jupiter. Both Rahu and Venus are in 7th house, which is Maraka, along with Mars, which is Maraka Sthana. 6th house is occupied by Sun, and Sun is in the star of Ketu. Ketu is again in Cancer, in Karkata Lagna. So, Sun is connected to Lagna through its star Lord Ketu. So, Sun is Karaka for our health. He is in 6th house, that is sickness house, house of Roga. Thus, Lagna Lagna star lord, Lagna sub lord are all connected to 6th house. All these indicate seriousness of the disease. Now, coming to the 8th house. 8th house indicates prolonged sickness. Saturn is the lord of 8th house and is in the star of Mars, who is positioned in 7th house, Markasthana. So, Saturn, star lord Mars, in the star of Dhanishta, being in the Vinnapada, it gives results of both 7th and 8th houses. Ketu is the columns of Saturn, who is lord of 7th and 8th, getting gunas of SST. So, Ketu getting gunas of SST, Sattvic guna, it has to an extent postponed the disease to the older age. Otherwise, during Ketu Dasha only, that is in the early stages, the native might have affected with a health problem. But because of the Sattvic gunas attained by Kalam Lord Ketu, the health problem has been controlled and it has subsided up to old age. Next, Jiva and Sarira of Ketu are again Mercury and Saturn. So, here Mercury and Saturn are playing vital role in this native chart, and Mercury is the lord of 3 Ayush and 12th hospital and death. Saturn is lord of 7th Marka and lord of 8th Ayush. Moreover, Ketu also got Digbala. So, these are connected to 8th, 12th, 7th houses. It indicates the native is not having sound health. Moreover, Saturn getting Digbala and being exalted and getting Uttama status and is also Sarita planet for 5th and 11th houses. The native's lifespan is not short, though he is fighting with the disease. However, 11th house is Bhadaksthana for this Lagna. So only Kalan Salata 5th and 11th Bhavas, that is Rahu, it is causing pain, temporary relief. So the 11th house Bhadakasthana cannot be taken in this chart as house of recovery. Only 5th house can be taken into account. And here Saturn being Sarira planet for 5th, it has postponed the longevity of the native because of connection of 5th house. Next, 12th house, coming to 12th house, 12th house indicates hospitalization. Mercury is the lord of 12th house and Mercury is a star of Saturn and Venus is its colossal lord. And Venus is Bhadakal lord and placed in 7th house in Markasthana along with strong Rahu and exalted Mars aspected by Ketu and aspecting Lagna. So, 12th house is directly connected to Lagna. Lagna star lord or Lagnadpati star lord also being Mercury and Mercury getting Digbala. So strong 12th and 3rd house resulted in frequent hospitalization and health problems. Venus being owner of the Bhadaka house of Taurus. Taurus is the Bhadaka house for this native. So, Venus being owner of Bhadaka house of Taurus, it indicates cheeks, chin, teeth, neck. These parts may get affected for this native. So, main significators are Rahu, Mercury, Saturn, Ketu, Venus and Sun. which cause dangerous disease or death to the native. But Sun is in the Aries Navamsa, which is its exalted sign. It may not give danger or cause death. So, Rahu, Saturn, Mercury, and Venus, these are strong planets to decide the native's fate. Here, the native was suffering from headache, sinusitis, dental problem, pain and toss. Since 1975, the native was suffering Venus Dasha. Actually, from childhood, he was not suffering from different small ailments. But in Venus Dasha, suffering from headache, sinusitis, dental problem, due to these migraine, sinusitis like this. 1975, he became sick during Rahu Dasha. Actually, from childhood, he was not well. In different small ulcers were noticed in the mouth. But in Venus Dasha, he was suffering more. Later, the disease was identified as cancer like this during Ketu Antara, and he became sick during Rahu Dasha, Jupiter Bhukti, and Saturn Antara. Karaka for cancer. 2011, surgery was done during Rahu Dasha in the mouth, but under no relief was given. And later, the disease was identified as cancer. Sanantara also during Ketu Antara in December 2011. Chemotherapy was started during Rahu and Jupiter are Karaka for cancer. It was extended up. Surgery was done during Rahu Dasha and Rahu Antara up to April 2013. No relief was given. Chemotherapy was in Sanantara during Saturn Bhukti, Sanantara also continued was started. Chemotherapy was started during regular visits to October 2012. Was extended. It was became necessary for the native and the Rahu Antara during to April 2013. Saturn Bhukti, chemotherapy was again installed during Saturn India's care unit and for high fever, infection and aggravation in regular visits to hospitals and he was discharged after 5 days. It was that became necessary for the native up to Saturn Bhukti and Rahu Dasha, Saturn Bhukti, Mercury Antara. However, he was admitted during Rahu Dasha unit, Saturn Bhukti, for higher fever, infection, aggravation and heart disease. I told you already. And the full planets are very strong. Rahu Dasha continued and to Saturn Bhukti on 5th May up to April 2014. He succumbed to the disease at the age of 6 during Rahu Dasha, Saturn Bhukti and Venus Antara. I told you already. Principle, the 4 planets are very strong. Is Rahu Dasha, Saturn and Venus Antara. They could only extend the longevity. He succumbed to the disease at the age of 67 years. Saturn, though exalted, could not prolong the longevity, and as Venus and Saturn have Parivartana, principle caused death. During his Bhukti and beneficial and Jupiter is Avatar, the principles only extend the longevity during their Bhukti Antara periods. Lots of Saturn, though exalted, could not prolong the longevity, and as Venus and Saturn have Sarita planets during their Dasha, Bhukti and Antara period. The DB of Maraka or Badaka principles, the main principle is it will give the results pertaining to the lots of one planet getting undesirable gunas will not give the Jiva and Sarita planets. Jiva and Sarita planets, Bhukti and Antara and the DB of Marga or Badaka lords, cure and extension of life. But will give the results pertaining to the Bhavasthana. Planets getting undesirable gunas will not give here Gunas play vital role. Jiva and Sarita planets principles and connected to 5th and 11th Bhavas will give favorable results, cure and extension of life. But it can be validated and true, then positive results cannot be expected. Here the Gunas play vital role. These are the main principles in the HRM is Pushyami. Now, kindly note this HRM is Pushyami. We are passing can be validated and must be validated. Next we are talking about Nakshatras. Here the HRM is Pushyami. The native was admitted in hospital 6:37 Visakhapatnam on 5/5/2014. The HRM is Pushyami with high temperature. Kindly note at 2:45 we are passing to his daughter called me over phone. Now next we have to inquire about his health condition because now the doctors advised him. The native was admitted in hospital care unit at Visakhapatnam on 5/5/2014. for some days with high temperature and then discharged. 2:45 every time we put Nakshatra Prashna, his daughter called me over phone. We could give correction predictions about his health condition. He will be recovered. Doctors said he got recovered. So we shift to intensive care unit. Previously also he was in ICU 2:45 p.m. For some days recovered and then discharged. Every time we put Nakshatra Prashna and we could give correction predictions that he will be recovered. Like that he got recovered. So with that hope, Nakshatra Prashna, the question was again put. The 2:45 day rising moon is 5th May 2014. And Nakshatra Prashna HRM is at 2:45. Anuradha, Saturn. We go to Nakshatra Prashna chart, madam. So, Saturn is Nakshatra Prashna in Libra. The HRM Lord day rising moon is in Libra. So, and the Nakshatra Prashna is Anuradha, Saturn. And Saturn is in the star of Jupiter. So Saturn is Jiva and in Libra. Jupiter is in the star of Lord Mercury is in Libra. So Libra will be the Nakshatra Prashna Lagna. Jupiter is in the star of Jupiter and Saturn is in the star of the sign Lord Jupiter. Mercury will be the Jiva. And here Jupiter is in the star of 5 planets. Mercury, that is DRM Jupiter, HRM Saturn, Nakshatra Prashna Lagna Venus. Jupiter is in the star of Jupiter and Sarira Mercury. The sign 5 planets Mercury are key planets Sarira to validate the result here negative. Here 5 planets, that is DRM Jupiter, HRM Saturn, Nakshatra Prashna Lagna Venus. In 6th house and Sarira Mercury. These 5 planets are key planets and to validate the result of the Lagna Lord is aspected by Marka Lord Mars from 12th house. So Nakshatra Prashna house Venus Mars the Marka Lord 6th house of 2 and 7 in Saturn aspecting in Uttarabhadra Lord Venus who is the natural 12th. Lagna Lord is aspected by Marka Lord Mars from 12th house. So from 12th house, Mars, the Marka Lord of 2 and 7 is aspecting Lagna Lord Venus, who is a natural 12th house, which indicates hospital. And Marka is also aspecting Badaka Lord Sun and Ketu, who are in 7th Marka house. Saturn and Rahu are in Lagna, and because of connection with Rahu, Saturn is reflected, and they are aspected by again Badaka Sun. So Badaka Sun is also exalted, and HRM Lord Saturn is also exalted in Vishaka star, who is Lord of 6th and 3. 6 is Raga and 3 is Ayush. And Rahu is in Chitta star, in Marka star, Marka Lord star, and connected to 12th house due to Ganapada. And Sun is in Burning star, Lord Venus is Lord of 1st and 8th. 8th house is Ayush. So all the houses are connected to Dusthanas 6, 8, 12, 7, 2. So, again, Jiva and Sarira planets, Jupiter and Mercury are in 212, which indicates negative results. And Sarira planet is in 8th house, aspecting the holiday moon in 2nd house. So, this connection of 1, 2, 6, 7, 8 and 12 house are interconnected, which indicates chronic health condition. Here 5th and 11th houses are not connected, hence positive results cannot be indicated. And the present period of the native is Rahu Dasha, Saturn Bhukti and Venus Antara. So if NPL Lagna or natal Lagna is Libra, if native is running Venus Bhukti or Antara, one should be careful about longevity. Jiva planet, Jupiter, who is Lord of Ayush and Raga, is aspecting retro Saturn, who is Ayukaraka. So, if not in retro, Saturn will definitely delay the event. Because of retro, Saturn will not delay the event. Rahu is in Lagna in Chitta star. Applying Gannapada theory, Rahu gives the results of Lagna as well as 12th. So Chitta star Lord Mars posited in retro as it indicates that he is in it presumes that is Lord Sun, who is Vadaka star, Vadakadpati. So all the planets are interlinked with the houses 2, 6, 7, 8, 12 and Vadaka Lord. So this indicates that the native's position may not be good. And Gochara moon, day rising moon, is transiting in Pushyami Nakshatra at 6 p.m. And the next day it will be in Asresha, and next it comes to Maka, and next to Puka, and so on. So all of which are not favorable, as starlets are connected to Dusthanas. So I told her that position is serious up to 10th May. So until 10th May, we cannot be complacent. You should be in intensive care unit only. But unfortunately, the native expired at 10:25 hours on the same day on 5th May, Monday, when moon is transiting in Pushyami star. Just now I told you, when I started Nakshatra Prasna, the HRM is Pushyami, and the native expired in Pushyami star, and the HRM is Uttarabhadra. So that is the greatness of Nakshatra Prasna. Now I want to give a small example of how a Nakshatra Prasna is great. When Rajasar is addressing Astrovision workshop, one astrologer from Kadapa, he wanted to discuss a chart of his friend. Rajasar just took 30 seconds. He put NP, Nakshatra Prasna, and asked him, why you are bothered to know about the longevity of a dead person? This is a question Rajasar asked him. When he wanted to discuss the chart of his friend, Rajasar asked him, why you are bothered to know about the longevity of a dead person? The person who asked the question was surprised and shocked. Sir, how you go? Comparison of Nakshatra Prasna chart with the birth chart, always Nakshatra Prasna chart is always a replica of birth chart. Because in this chart, I can give an example. In birth chart, Ketu is in Lagna and Rahu is in 7th house, whereas in Nakshatra Prasna chart, Ketu is in 7th house and Rahu is in Lagna. Saturn is in Libra in both charts. Mars is in 7th house in birth chart, whereas it is in 12th house in Nakshatra Prasna chart. It is Marka year. Sun is in 6th house in birth chart and 7th house in Nakshatra Prasna chart. In both cases, Sun is being aspected by Saturn. Moreover, Saturn is aspecting Lagna, whereas Nakshatra in Nakshatra Prasna, Saturn is in Lagna and connected to Venus. In both charts, Mercury is the 12th lord. Venus is Badaka in natal chart, whereas it is 8th lord in Prasna chart. It indicates that Nakshatra Prasna chart is always reflects and directs the positions of birth chart or natal chart. So, Nakshatra Prasna lord, early rising moon, its Jeva and Sarila planets have direct connection with natal chart, and during their Dasa, Bhukti and Antara, significant events will happen. To get correct predictions, one should correlate birth chart with Nakshatra Prasna chart. So, I thank one and all for this occasion given to me, and I thank Dr. Haima for excellent PPT, and I thank I pay my tributes to Puja Guruji Raghavacharya Garu for giving this divine subject to us, and and my respect to Dr. Raja sir for guiding me in this project. Thank you, and thank you and all. Jai Minattu.
Thank you so much, Patnaik Garu. The next presentation is by Professor R. Katyayani Devi. Professor R. Katyayani Devi is a master's graduate in biochemistry and senior faculty in the Department of Chemistry. Professor Katyayani graduated in astrology, winning a gold medal for securing the first rank at the MA examination. She was associated with Professor Raja right from the first day of JKR Foundation. Extremely popular with her students, she is always conscious of their needs. She offers astrological counseling to young students in her college and neighborhood. She is the senior most member of our faculty. She is a research scholar from the batch 1416 and she did research on polycystic ovarian disease based on NAADI principles.
My humble pranams to Raghavachari Garu and my Guru Professor NVRA Raja Garu for guiding and molding me as a Sattvic astrologer. Raghavacharya Vidmahi Nadi Jyotishaya Dhimahi Tanno Acharya Prachodayat. Next slide, ma. Raghavacharya. PCOD, polycystic ovarian disease, which is common among the young adolescent girls these days and women of childbearing age. After completing my MA in Telugu University, Pattashiramlu Telugu University 2003 and 5, and did my PhD in 2014 and 16 under the AB guidance of NVRA Raja Garu and Dr. Shastri Garu and Prabhakar Kashyap Garu, who has encouraged me to do my PhD. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot for encouraging me. And for most of my questions which are unanswered in the PSU, Pattashiramlu Telugu University, I got a lot of answers from JKR. And I feel privileged to be a part of JKR starting from 2011 until date. Next slide, ma. Polycystic ovarian disease. Being a professor in a medical college, I wanted my students to come out of the social stigma of PCOS. I couldn't really see my students suffering with PCOD complications, and I expressed the same feeling to Professor NVRA Raja Garu. He readily accepted and said, go ahead and do your PhD. Keeping the Jiva Sarira as the Bhagavad Gita, and I started my thesis doing in the PCOD. PCOD is a polycystic ovarian disease which is most commonly seen in the young adolescent girls of 15 to 60 years, 15 to 40 years of age, where the age group of young adolescent girls suffering with a lot of problems related to acne and problems related to obesity, hormonal imbalance, irregular menstrual periods, so on and so forth. Then I started working out on the students of my college. I took about 100 cases from my college and started working out about the problems related to the PCOD, and then got the answers through the Jiva Sarira method. Next slide, ma. Now this is the slide where we can see the people, the youngsters getting adapted to the junk foods like burgers and pizzas. Yuktahara viharasya Yukta chetasya karmasu, yukta swapnava bodhasya, yogo bhavate dukkaha. Persons taking balanced diet and doing good yoga and meditation and good deeds and performing good karmas will have good dreams and a peaceful sleep and lead a life like a yogi and have a tension-free life. The present generation youngsters are under a lot of stress of competitive exams of MSET, the Chaitanya and the Narayana type of education where the younger generation is under a lot of stress, and now due to COVID, they are glued to their chairs and not able to move, no physical exercise, eating the fast foods like burgers and pizzas, and these days the Zomato and Swiggy are getting lots of sales. So you can see the youngsters adapting themselves to the burgers. Then in the next picture, you can see the cyst that is seen in the ovary, and then youngsters showing lot of complications of hirsutism, that is facial hair and the hair seen on the lips, then leading to lot of problems of obesity and finally ending up in depression. All these are causes for the stagnant mode of life, the lifestyle pattern and the eating habits which are deviating. They are adapting themselves to the Western culture, Western culture and Western foods like బర్గర్ అండ్ పిజ్జాస్. అంటే ఏంటంటే జీవిత కాలంలో తినాల్సిన తిండంతా 30 ఏళ్లకే తిని రోగగ్రస్తులు అవుతున్నారు. నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ మా. శరీరే జర్గరి బ్రూతే వ్యాధిగ్రస్తే కళేబరే ఔషధం జాహ్నవీ తోయం వైద్యో నారాయణో హరిం. మానవ శరీరం కదలిక లేనప్పుడు రోగగ్రస్తం అయి కళేబరంగా మారుతుంది. అట్టి శరీరాన్ని వైద్యుడు గంగాజలంతో సమానమైన ఔషధాన్ని ఇచ్చి సరిచేసి నారాయణుడు అనిపించుకుంటాడు. It's the human body is equivalent to a dead corpse if there is no physical exercise, and to such a person a medical doctor can give the medicines which are equivalent to Gangajalam, and the person who is giving the medicines is equivalent to Narayana here. So that is the essence of this particular thing. Now, the problems related to PZ are so bad that they are leading to infertility, premenstrual and postmenstrual problems, and then consequently leading to childlessness and other complications. Next slide, ma. Yeah, with the blessings of my Guruji, I was able to identify 3 hypotheses. Heavily afflicted 5th house Jiva Sarira planets, when connected to malefics like Rahu, Ketu, Mars and Saturn, they have problems related to PCOD at appropriate transit time. The reason why I took the 5th house was 5th house is Putra Karaka and Jupiter Karaka for children. In some cases, heavily afflicted Putra Karaka led women to lot of infertility problems, and women of childbearing age failed to conceive, and this was the after effects of the stress build-up during their college education, which manifested later as sterility problems. The second problem is, the second hypothesis is, I have taken the 7th house into consideration, where the 7th lord, the natural 7th lord, whose Venus, it signifies uterus, testis, ovaries, broad ligaments, prostate gland, seminal vesicles and urethra. In some cases, I have observed that most of them had threatened abortions. Even if they conceived, they had threatened abortions or stillbirth or dead baby. And the females had problems related to the menstrual cycles, either irregular menstrual cycles. It could be dysmenorrhea or oligomenorrhea. Then something even had fetal deformities in the long run. Hypothesis 3. I have taken the 4th house into consideration, where the 4th house, the natural 4th house, the significator is moon. Moon is Karaka for the menstrual cycles, and afflicted moon causes menstrual disorders, either, as I told you, irregular menstrual periods, either very frequent menstruation or no menstruation at all. And moon Karaka also led to acne problems, multiple problems like facial acne problems, pimples, and problems related to menstruation. And also Jupiter signifies the thyroid gland. They fell a prey for the thyroid problems. Next slide, ma. Now here I have taken the Jiva Sarira into consideration. The main object is where fructification of an event will happen when the Dasha Lord, Bhukti Lord, Antara Lord, all 3 of them in Gochara transit in the Jiva or Sarira planets. They are linked to the Bhava, the results will happen. And the 3, the Dasha, Bhukti, Antara, all 3 have to be connected by way of Pancha Siddhantha, either to the birth chart or the Gochara chart, linking the Jiva and Sarira planets of a particular Bhava. So here I have taken the 5th Bhava, the 4th Bhava and 7th Bhava into consideration. Taking their Jiva Sarira into account, I linked the Jiva Sarira planets of the 5th, 7th and 4th to the natal chart and the Gochara at the time for the particular event to happen. Can I have the next slide, ma? Grahakaraka was, we'll just move to the next slide because we're running out of time. Is the picture clear? Is the slide clear to all of you?
Yes, madam.
Thank you, sir. This is a female native born under the stress of MSET, which a long hours of classroom study without exercise and eating junk foods like burgers and pizzas, which led to a complicated PCOS problems during the childbearing age. Applying all the three hypotheses of Jiva and Sarira to the above chart, we could arrive at the conclusion that the PCOD can be rectified. Now, by looking at this chart, we can say that whether the person is heading in for PCOD problems. Once we know that the person is heading in for PCOD problems, we can rectify it by our diet, by taking a balanced diet, yoga, meditation, and exercise. All these things will help the native to come over to, or to get over the problems related to PCOD in the long run. The native has approached me in 2014 that she had a problem related to the PCOD, and supported by the medical reports, the ultrasound reports, and even the blood reports indicate that there was a huge cyst formed in the uterus, and it was proliferating into the lower parts, which led to a complicated conditions. Then the native approached me. Then when we put the chart and the Prashna chart supporting it, we identified here that the Lagnadipati, Lagna is Kanya Lagna, Lagnadipati is in Binapada, having connection to 1 and 2, which is a good yoga form, and Lagna occupant moon also is in Binapada, getting the 1-2 connection, which is again a good yoga form. So Lagnadipati, Lagna Nakshatradipati, and Lagna occupant moon, all of them are in Uttamadrikana. You can see Lagnadipati Mercury is with Venus in the 6th house, and he is in Rahu star. Here, the Badakadipati for this particular Lagna is Jupiter. Jupiter is placed in the 8th house in the Rahu star, in the Ketu star, along with Ketu. And the Yogakaraka Venus is posited in the 6th house, and he is in the Rahu star with Lagnadipati Mercury. Mars, the Karaka for surgery, he is posited in the 10th house. He is posited in his own star getting Digbala, and Mars aspects the Lagna. Saturn, the fifth lord or the Panchama Bhavadipati, posited in the 11th house, aspecting the Lagna again. Saturn gets Digbala, as he is, his star lord is Jupiter, who happens to be the 7th lord. And Sun, the 12th lord, is in the Saturn star in Uttara Bhadrapada and aspects the Lagna. So totally the Lagna is getting the aspect of the 6th lord, 8th lord, 12th lord, and hence there was a problem related to the PCOD. Here, now Lagna Nakshatradipati, Lagnadipati, and Moon, all of them acquire Uttama Dekana status. Now Jupiter, the Badakadipati Jupiter in Ketu star, he is in Mesha. He is along with Ketu, and Ketu is strong there because Ketu happens to be the posited in Mesha and his own house. Lagnadipati Mercury and Venus are in Aquarius, where you can see Venus is strong because Venus gets Digbala, as his star lord Rahu is aspected by the 4th lord Jupiter. Here we can see that all the 4 malefics, Rahu, Ketu, Mars, Venus, Saturn, all of them are seen as Jiva, either Jiva or Sarira houses for the following things. So you can see, I don't want to go into details about the Jiva Sarira analysis, but you can see that all the houses, almost all the houses are having a malefic connection of the Rahu, Ketu, Mars, Venus, and Saturn. This is the transit chart when she went in for, she heading in for a surgery where the cyst was removed, and then it was a successful surgery, because you can see the 5th house Jiva Sarira planets are Ketu Venus, 4th house Jiva Sarira planets are Ketu Venus, 7th house Jiva Sarira planets are again Ketu Venus. They, incidentally, they happen to be, the Ketu and Venus happen to be in Shashtashtaka to the Lagna. Venus is in the 6th position from the Lagna and Ketu is in the 8th position from the Lagna. But incidentally, when the Jiva Sarira planets, if they are occupying the 6th and the 8th houses, if they are connected to Yogakaraka, then it is a good benefit. It benefits the results and it gives good results. So, according to the reflection theory also, the 5th lord Saturn is in Jupiter star, who aspects the Putrakaraka Jupiter, the 10th aspect of Saturn. And Jupiter, Badakadipati, reflects the results onto Rahu. Once again, in Jupiter Dasha and Rahu Bhukti, Rahu Antara, the person was admitted and she got her cyst removed surgically. Incidentally, here, although the Jiva Sarira planets of the 4th house, of the 5th house, and of the 7th house, although they are in 6, 8 positions, they were connected to Badakadipa, they were connected to Yogakaraka. Here you can see Venus himself is Yogakaraka for this particular Lagna. He was, although positioned in the 6th house, he has given him some benefic result during that particular period. And Ketu, again in the star of Yogakaraka, Venus has blessed the native, although she went in for a surgery, but she has quickly recovered and come out of the problem. Now, this is a slide where the native underwent surgery. The transit chart, when you superimpose the transit chart over the natal chart and see the Dasha, Bhukti and Antara where Jupiter Dasha, Rahu Bhukti and Rahu Antara. Now, if you see, Jupiter was transiting on the natal Mars, and Mars happens to be the Jiva planet for the 8th house, and Mars happens to be the Jiva planet for Mars himself, and Mars happens to be the Jiva planet for the 11th house. So, totally, the Dasha Lord Jupiter transiting over the Mars is getting connection of the 8th house, the Mars surgery, Karaka for surgery, and the 11th. So, see the connection of the 11th. That means if anybody heading in for a surgery, if by any chance the Jiva or Sarira planets are getting connected to the 5th house or the 11th house, then they will be recovered fast and they will lead a normal life after the surgery. So, the Dasha Lord Jupiter, Jiva Sarira planets, they are connected to the Jiva Sarira planets of 8, Mars and 11th house. Now coming to the Bhukti and Antara Lord, Bhukti and Antara Lord Rahu transits in the house of Venus. You can see very clearly Rahu along with Saturn and Mars transiting in the house of Venus according to Pancha Siddhantha, and Venus happens to be the Sharira planet for the 6th house, for the 8th house and for Mars. Venus happens to be the Sharira planet for the 5th house and the 11th house also. So, you can see the Bhukti and Antara Lords Rahu also having connection, although they are having connection to 6, 8 and 12, they are having connection to 5 and 11 also. Now, this particular Rahu, Bhukti and Antara Lord Rahu is transiting along with Saturn and Mars. Saturn happens to be the Jiva planet for the 12th house and Mars happens to be the Jiva planet for the 8th house. So, we can see the Dasha, Bhukti, Antara Lords, all three of them are getting connected to the Jiva and Sarira planets of the 1st house, Tanubhava, self, 6th house, disease, 8th house, suddenness, 12th house is hospitalization, and Mars, Karaka for surgery. So, establishing the rule that 511 connection has come, the native recovered fast and came out of the hospital without any complications. So I often advise my students, thanks to Raja sir for giving me this opportunity, I often advise my students that they have to follow some remedies in order to prevent themselves from falling a prey from this PCOD or PCOS problems. Always, we already know prevention is better than cure. So I advise my students to do yoga, meditation, Surya Namaskarams, which boosts up the sun, that is, which activates the sun, and it helps blood circulation. It also helps control the lipids, especially the LDLs and VLDLs, which are dangerous to the body, can be put under control by doing the Surya Namaskarams, the yoga, meditation. Then I often advise them to have sesame seeds. Nuvulu, what we call them as nuvulu, are the sesame seeds, which are natural source of estrogens, which will suppress the androgens and result in elevated estrogen level, so that the child will be free of any PCOD problems. Then to avoid any facial hair or maybe hirsutism, which we often call in the medical terminology, we ask the students to take lots of these sesame seeds or nuvulu. Then we asked, as a remedy factors, we asked them to take avisa ginjalu, which are also called as flax seeds, which have high level of estrogen, which signifies Rahu and black gram. Here, sesame seeds indicates Saturn, so you can do remedy for Saturn. Then by having foods like oranges and pomegranates, we are activating the sun god. Then we ask them to take some jaggery, which improves the blood circulation, also signifies Jupiter. Mercury, we also to have if any afflicted Mercury, we ask the students to take some leafy vegetables which will fight against anemia problems. Then Venus, any affliction to the Venus, we ask them to have sour foods, and also which prevents the blood clots and other complications. Then for Mars, we ask them to have a good balanced protein diet like beetroot, and then we ask them to have red gram more, and by donating the red gram also they can get over the complications of their menstrual periods. Then Ketu, or the horse gram, or Ulvalu, what we call them in Telugu, is a good source again of the proteins. Then doing the regular exercise, yoga, meditation will help you keep your thoughts under control, which will prevent the negative thoughts coming from, because as moon is Manakaraka, regular meditation and yoga will really help the students or the younger generation to come over, to tide over the problems related to the menstrual periods, obesity, hormonal imbalance, or the hirsutism, what we call them as the facial hair, and complications of sterility. Thank you so much, Raja sir. Thank you all for listening to me. I feel blessed today to be presenting my PPT.